It's so much that I want to say right now that I just don't even know where to begin. But let me begin by saying kingdom over everything. Now, I'm in Aquarius, and we're very observant people. I observe things and then I speak on them later. I give things time to play out so that um, I can assess it properly and then give my take on it. So for the past couple of days, I've been watching the Brittany Renner thing, Charleston White, who I watch his content and I'm very appreciative of what he does. And he's explained, like, in order for me to get through to people, I had to create a character. And I respect him for putting himself out there like that. So, I've been watching his content for the last couple of years, and I think he said a lot of great things, important things. You know, is he perfect? Nah, no one is. But I think that the message behind everything he does is positive, and that's the main thing with him. But the Brittany Renner thing, it's so many layers to that. That's It's so many layers to who she is and where her behavior comes from because it comes from somewhere, right? All of our behavior comes from somewhere, right? Children are pure. We're born pure. We don't know anything but love. To wake up and to love our parents, to love our mother, and to love our father. You know, um, Small children don't know who the Elohim is. They don't know who God is. In their eyes, their parents are God, right? So when I watched the video, I'm like, you know what? This, like, her behavior comes from somewhere. Yes, she's obviously a broken sister. Obviously, right? The things she's put herself through. She's obviously a broken sister, and she shared her story as well in bits and pieces. But she shared, her past and things like that. I've only watched a couple of things on her, but what I did listen to, I'm like, all right, she comes from not the best situation, but that's a lot of us, right? I would even say that that's most of us, right? But it's crazy how we can clearly see that there's no consequences to the things that you know women are doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's very little consequence. Like I've only been seeing women go to jail for murder, right? I watched on Facebook. I seen a clip on Facebook. It's about maybe close to a year ago. I seen a clip on Facebook where a dude was trying to leave the house because he didn't want to argue with his kid's mother. He was trying to leave. He kept saying he didn't want to leave. She's on live. She's recording on live, and she kept stopping him. She kept getting in his way so he couldn't leave. And then when it got to the point where she got really upset and he was still trying to leave, she shot him with the kids right there. She shot him, and her mother was in it. Her mother was in the kitchen instigating the situation. Both her and the mother was going at him because she didn't want to stay in the mess, right? Even if he created the mess, he just wanted to get out of it at that point. He didn't want to take it any further, obviously, right? Because this is on Facebook Live. We can clearly see what was going on and hear what's going on. And the end result was she shot the guy because she wasn't getting the reaction that she wanted. Now, whether it was accidental or it was on purpose, the point is that she shot him and he died. She shot him in the living room and he died on the way to the hospital, right? I think I heard a report about her getting arrested, but that was it. That was it. So, you know, it's crazy to see these things happen. And I guess you can say that, I began making reaction videos. And some of these videos are reaction videos. I haven't set up my page to where it's like I got the split screen and the whole thing like everybody else. I'll get to that point at some point. But right now, I just like to observe and listen and then give my take on a few things. I talk sports. I've talked mostly sports, and I've talked just getting closer to the Elohim and getting closer to God. That's mostly what I talk about. I kind of I mostly mind my business, stay out of things because that's just not who I am. But some things I feel the need to speak on, and this is one of the things that I felt the need to speak on because it's like, man, you know, the way she was talking to dudes and the way she was handling that situation, even if something set her off, it seemed like I watched it. And it seemed like when she was asked about PJ, you know, it kind of rubbed her the wrong way. Not at first, but I think it, you know, once the question actually set in and she answered and she gave her answers. I think once everything actually set in with that question, I think it just took her spirit, you know, into a dark place, and it spilled out. So that means, and if that's the case, that means that it's on her mind. It's on her mind, and it's on her heart, and it's on her spirit. It didn't work out for her. Whatever she thought she was doing and whatever she was trying to do with that, it didn't work out for her. And, you know, he's in the NBA. He's a solid player. He's young. He can ball. The brother can ball. PJ can ball, man. Every time he got in the game, he did his thing. So, you know, he's only going to get better, and as a man and as a player. And I think that she has to sit back and watch his growth, without her. So, I think it took her spirit down a dark path, like in that moment once it set in. So I thought I'd just give my take on it, and it's messed up, man. And it's messed up because me personally, I've been a victim of those situations. I've been in a situation where, a woman has spoken to me very disrespectfully, has even put her hands on me. Yes, I've been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of guys really speak about it, and I'm not sitting up here making this video about me, but I can understand. I felt that when I was watching that because I've been in that situation. I've been in a narcissistic situation where when she went up here, and it wasn't even, she had her own things going on, you know what I'm saying? It was more like me just trying to, like, all right, let's figure out the solutions. And she had her own things going on. She was in a dark place, and she dumped it all on me, right? And she spoke to me very disrespectfully. Every day it was something new, something crazy. And I tried to hang in there because, at that time, I'm like, you don't just give up on people. She's hurting behind something. I'm not the reason, but she's hurting behind something. So let's try to figure out the solution so we can work together on getting better. That was the mindset that I had in that situation, in that relationship. But she didn't see it that way, right? So anything that she could do to destroy the peace that I had, or that I have, because it goes up and down. You slip, you fall, and then you work your way back up. That's just how life goes. You're not always going to be up here. There's things things that's going to bring you back down. And then you have to work your way back up. But it's only to make you stronger. But in that situation, my last relationship, to be honest with you, the demons in her just wouldn't allow me to stay in that peace, to stay in that comfort, to stay in that focus. Every day she woke up, she was up before me, and she did something to just, first thing in the morning, it's just like, oh God, like, you know what I mean? And then it will continue throughout the day until one day it was just like, man, like, I can't keep doing this. I can't fix this. I can't fix you. It's not my job to save you. I can't. Right? And I prayed and I asked God to deliver me from that situation, and he did. He did. where I live now and everything like that. I had no idea what kind of moves I was gonna make, but he opened the door for me to get out of that situation, and I took it without hesitation. So yes, I've been a victim, and I think most guys like me have been victims of narcissistic abuse, and that's something that I don't even talk about. It's yes, I've gone through it more than once. Even my mom, right? Even my mother was extremely narcissistic and manipulative. You know, was even contemplating suicide in like sixth grade, seventh grade. You know what I'm saying? Because of what I was dealing with at home, I couldn't even focus on. I wasn't getting good grades and things like that because I was so worried about what I was going to be dealing with when I got out of school, right? And this is what a lot of guys don't talk about. And this is the first time I'm even sharing something like this, like that personal, right? Because when I watched that, it was just a reminder of the situations that I've been through. And the first example of a woman that I had was my mother. And then, my spirit just kept attracting the same type of woman, narcissistic, uh, very manipulative women, right? So watching that, it touched the nerve with me, man. Like, yo, that's crazy. Like, what's the solution? What's the solution to this type of thing? Do we not deal with women at all? I would like to know what's the solution. Do we just run away from women? No. What's going to end up happening is society is going to let this continue to the point where they're going to back men into a corner, and men are going to start taking matters into their own hands, and that's what they really don't want, right? Men are going to start taking matters into their own hands. And I can tell you right now, women do not want that. Women do not want an entire group of men pissed off at them, like, ready to like really do something. Like that's just not. They can talk and behave like they do, but trust me when I tell you, they do not want a physical war between. They do not want a physical war with men. Um, they might act like they do, but they don't. They really don't. So yeah, yeah. The sister obviously needs help, and she's a beautiful sister. She's a fine sister, beautiful sister. And it's sad to see when a woman so good looking. You know what I'm saying? Will go that far. And provoke and poke and things like that. Now, I think that before they did that interview, they should have gone over what questions were good to ask and what questions weren't. And I think that would have made the interview a little bit more better instead of just bringing her up and just throwing things out there, like just asking questions. Sometimes you got to sit down with people before you turn the camera on and ask what questions are okay. What questions are you comfortable with? And, interviewers, they want to ask the hard questions because that's where the juice is, right? That's where the ratings come from. That's where the views come from. Asking the hard questions, but not everybody is equipped to deal with those hard questions all the time. And I think, not defending her, and I'm not knocking her either because her behavior comes from somewhere. I look at everything from the full scope. It comes from somewhere, but I think that she probably gets asked that question so much, it can't like it doesn't leave her mind. The whole PJ situation doesn't it never leaves her mind. It's like it's something that's really messing with her. So interviewers, you guys gotta do pre-interviews before you turn the camera on. I believe. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I'm gonna go into that lane also once as I continue to get stronger in my messages and things like that. I'll start sitting down with people and getting their takes on what is and what ain't and how would they go about certain situations and touch on different things. Like I want to touch on a lot of different things. Like I said, I always have so much to talk about. I just have to start from somewhere. I have to there's so many things that go through my mind at one time. I have to really focus on what I want to say. So as I get stronger, a little bit later on, I'll start doing my own interviews and just learning, learning and giving feedback and just, building on things. I'm gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about some fashion. We're gonna talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything. We're gonna talk about everything, a little bit of everything. But mainly, the focus will be on a righteous conversation. But yeah, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk sneakers. We're gonna talk all of that because I'm into all of that still. Right? I'm into a little bit of everything. I like dirt bikes. I like NASCAR. I like F1 racing. I like anime. You know what I'm saying? I like artwork. Crazy looking artwork. Graffiti artwork. Um, I like Marvel stuff. I grew up on comic books and action figures and stuff like that. So there's so many layers to who I am as a person that I'm gonna have to sit down with people and like-minded people, and we can have some fun sharing things. You know what I'm saying? Open up my lanes to talk to people that I feel are interesting. You know what I'm saying? That I can actually learn from. Like I just watched the movie Oppenheimer the other day. Movie is crazy dope, but most guys in my neighborhood or most guys that I'm familiar with would never even give that movie a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way it looks. But no, I wanted to know. I'm like Oppenheimer. Let me check this out. You know what I'm saying? And then it was a movie tapping on the creation of the atom bomb and the H bomb and the A bomb and stuff like that. Super dope movie, man. Christopher Nolan's a great director. I like his stuff. I like the way he shoots his movies. And you know what I'm saying? So just giving you guys a little insight on how my mind is. I'm like I can adapt to everything and I'm interested in a lot of different things. A lot of different things. So I'll get there at some point, but I just want to tap in on that, man, and share a little transparency on me understanding that situation, me being on a receiving end of that situation. I'm not perfect. I've said hurtful things to people. I've done wrong to people. Not a lot. I've done more good than bad. I can tell you that. I've done more good than bad, but I've made mistakes towards people. But I went back and corrected most of my mistakes. I've apologized and made things right with those people that I made feel, uh, you know, not the best towards me. So, um, and I give those situations to God also, and I let Him put it in my heart and in my mind what to do and how should I go about it. Some situations, they won't allow you to fix it. They want to stay in that. They want to continue to look at you that way. They don't want to see you change. So sometimes you just got to say, you know what? I apologize to you for that. That wasn't me at that point. That's just something that came out of me because of where I was at mentally and spiritually. And I hope that one day you can figure. Some people don't want to hear that. Some people just want to stay mad at you. So yeah, like I said, I'll keep going. This video today, this video will turn into like an hour long if I continue to talk. So I'll stop there. I hope the sister um, you know gets some therapy. Because I went to therapy. I even went to a program to get more discipline. The Salvation Army. Like I said, this video will turn into an hour long video if I keep talking. If I get deeper into who I am. This video it'll take me a while. But I hope everyone is having a godly day. I hope everyone is in good spirits. I hope everyone is just moving forward in life, man, and doing what you got to do to get closer to the Creator. Because we only got one shot at this whole thing. Only one shot. Only one shot. We're not going to do it perfectly, but we only got one shot at this whole thing. So I'm hoping that everyone is taking a couple steps towards the Elohim. Sometimes you gotta just chill, man. Sometimes you gotta just block everything out and just focus on that. Just focus on God and just focus on your spirit and your health and your mind and just being better, a little bit better than you was yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Every day, just try to just be at least just one peg better than you were yesterday. That's a task in itself, but it can be done. You know, I'm gonna touch on I'm gonna tap on weapons of mass destruction. There's so many things that I want to talk about. So many things. But I work 2 jobs and I can't crank out 3, 4, 5 videos a day. This is not something that I do full time. I'm a full time employee and a full time and part time employee. So I work 14, 15 hours days. I crank out videos on my lunch break when I can. But, I give you guys the energy that I do have. You know what I'm saying? I give it to you from an authentic place. But I can't spend a lot of time on this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm working towards something. I need the finances. You know, the point of working is to finance what you really want to do, and I'm still working on that. I'm still growing in that. So right now, I just got to spend more time working hard, and then I can invest more time into this. When the time comes, I can put more into this. So yeah, I'm out for now. I'm probably late going back in, but I'm out for now.